The path of knowledge is the way to Jannah. The path of knowledge is the way to Jannah. Jannah.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'adu fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah. The dua which we make, it will be pending till we send salutation upon the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Salata wa salaman alayka ya Rasulallah. Viewers of Madani Channel, we once again, by the grace and the pleasure of Rabbul Izzat wal Jalal, and it is also an act of great pleasure to be hosting you today on this episode, The Path of Knowledge, the Pathway to Success. We can even add onto that the path of knowledge, it is the pathway to success. Again, we are talking about the virtues of the knowledge coming from Al-Hadith. It is a long journey. I think we have covered many episodes to talking about knowledge, but nevertheless, without wasting much of your time, allow me just to go straight to the Madani Pearl, which we want to derive today as an encouragement, as a virtue of knowledge. Viewers of Madani Channel, let me say that a human being, the separation or the separating matter between a human being and the animals, it is that the human being was given ilm and the ability to talk. Al-Bayan, it is the ability to talk. The animals, they don't talk. Why? Because the animals, they use the throat to produce their sound. But human being, they use the tongue to speak. So that is the difference. Our sounds, they are shaped on with and trying to be modified with our tongues, but the sounds of the animals, they come from the throat. It is not this. This is discussed in linguisticism. We are not here studying linguistics or the study of languages, but nevertheless, the point which we want to derive here is that the distinction between a human being and an animal, it is because of knowledge and of speech. وَإِلَّا otherwise, فَغَيْرُهُ مِنَ الدَّوَابِ وَالسِّبَاعِ. Otherwise, human being and animals and wild animals, as-siba', if we want to talk about eating, we find that the animals, there are animals which can eat more than a human being. We can eat more kilos of food as compared to a human being. Can drink more liters of water as compared to a human being. Take an example of an elephant. It can drink liters of which, if I will drink those liters, I think it will be, the final choke of me, that it will make me to be choked off. But the animal, they drink those liters of water like an elephant. No one will drink like an elephant. So if it is food and eating and drinking, so there are animals which can eat a lot of quantities. And وَأَقْوَى بَطْشًا, and if it is about board and strength, we've got animals which are very powerful. Taking example of an elephant, I did put it, many tons of kgs which it weigh. Take an example of chimpanzees and all these things, and the gorillas and all this. They are very strong, well built. So if it is built, we find that a human being is surpassed. وَأَطْوَلُ أَعْمَارًا, and some of them, they can live long. The only thing, the separating matter between animals and human being, it is only that a human being was given ilm, knowledge with Allah Rabbul Izzat wal Jalal. That ilm, it is the thing which separates the human beings from the animals. If the knowledge is gone, then we will see that a human being will become an entity whereby you will share similar characteristics with the animals, because the animals, they do other things which we do, like eating, drinking, sleeping, and reproduction. So you find that if somebody does not have knowledge, you will end up having to be in the same categories. Like how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposed a group of people from among the human beings in Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 22, that indeed the worst evil people with Allah Rabbul Izzat wal Jalal, the people who are deaf and blind and they don't understand. They don't have knowledge. They don't have, sum and book. These are not listening and not talking, not listening knowledge, not talking knowledge, not acquiring knowledge. They don't ponder. They don't have knowledge at all. This is sharrat dawab. These are the worst animals. These are the worst creatures with Allah Rabbul Izzatul Jalal. And these are the ignorant people. Rabbul Izzatul Jalal save us from ignorance. So this is some other aspect which we need to understand and try to ponder and to reflect. Now, the Madani Pearl which we want to derive or which we want to explain now, it is that we want the students and the scholars and people, as we are talking about the virtue of knowledge, that from among us the virtue of knowledge, that al-ilm, knowledge, hakimun, is a judge. Ala ma siwa, it can judge anything beside it. Verily knowledge, hakimun ala ma siwa, it is the judge of each and everything beside it. Knowledge, it is used to judge everything, and it can scrutinize, it can put into light anything beside it. Wala yahkum alayhi shay, nothing can judge knowledge. Like, take for example money. Nowadays they say that money, it is a passport to everywhere but not to Jannah. Money can buy medicine but not health. It can buy books but not knowledge. It can buy friends but not love, etc. The list goes on. So money cannot be the judge. But knowledge, it is the judge. It is the judge for each and everything. We can see in this dunya that the culprits, they will be put into judge, and they will be put into, they will be taken into accountable to accountability, or they will be sued. They will be put in behind bars due to knowledge. So knowledge, it is a criteria which can judge between wrong and wrong. وَلَا يَحْكُمْ عَلَيْهِ شَيْءٍ. Nothing can judge and challenge knowledge. So in each and everything, we find that, we can see with knowledge the good side of something and the bad side of something. Its praise wealth, does it exist or does not exist? The conditions of it, what is the end result? What can you derive from anything? All this will come to light due to knowledge. And as far as this dunya is concerned, I think this is very, very clear. And now it is a time to know that also in the year after, that will be the criteria whereby things are going to be put into place. All will be put in place according to the ethos of knowledge. So knowledge, when it becomes, you take your knowledge, and if we take knowledge to be the judge, then there will be no conflicts. There will be no any conflicts. We will find that it will be suitable for us to understand things and the laws of nature, the common sense, and all these things which we normally call day to day. It needs knowledge for us to be understood. So knowledge, it governs even the kings. Knowledge, it governs even the kings. And the politics, it is governed with knowledge. No any politics will come into play if there is no any political knowledge. Wal amwal, and even money, the acquisition of money, how to make money, how to increase money, how to do that money, be it physically and spiritually, all this have got to come with knowledge. So we find politics, governments, war, education, knowledge must come into place. If there is no any knowledge in all of these things, this is what we're saying that it is of the loss. So what the Madani Pearl, which I want people to understand from this, all what we are saying, not to hit around the bush, is that all these things, they don't govern knowledge, but knowledge, it governs them. The government, it is governed by knowledge. Politics is governed by knowledge. And war is governed by knowledge. Not that politics, government, and all this, etc. can govern knowledge. No. It is ilm which can govern. So the one who have got knowledge is the leader. Like how they say in English that a reader is a leader. Iman does not come except with knowledge. Now we want to prove it. Now we want to listen to what the Sharia and what the points which will come from them. Anna nusus nabawiyya, that the Islamic literature قد تواترت بأن أفضل الأعمال الإيمان بالله. The Al-Hadith literature, it become mutawatir, yani is continuously proven that أفضل الأعمال, that the best deed, إيمان بالله, it is to believe in Allah Rabbul Izzatul Jalal, to believe in His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فهو رأس الأمر, that is the chief commander of all the commands. And after Iman, deeds are going to be put into categories. Now, wal Iman lahu ruknan, Iman have got two rukn, two pillars. أحدهما, the first pillar, معرفة ما جاء به الرسول والعلم به, to know whatever the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came with and to believe in it. Wathani, then the second, to conform it with one's tongue and to act, put it into practice. وَالتَّصْدِيقُ بِدُونِ الْعِلْمِ وَمَعْرِفَةِ مُحَالٌ. So viewers of Madani Channel, let us say that now, if we say to confirm it with your tongue and your deeds, how can you confirm something if you don't have knowledge of it? So that is why we say that no iman will come except that if we have got ilm. You need to have good knowledge of that thing which you confirm. Al-ilmu min al-iman bimanzilati ar-ruh min al-jasad. So knowledge to iman is like a soul to the body. When there is no soul to the body, we say to the body is dead. When there is no soul to the body, it is not the soul which die actually, but it is the body which die, which is the separation of the ruh min al-jasad, yakunul maut. So if we separate knowledge from iman, then that iman will be rendered useless in the sight of Allah Rabbul Izzatul Jalal. So knowledge at the end of the day, in conclusion, it is the roots of faith. So there is no any tree which cannot stand without the roots. So the roots of iman, it is knowledge. May Allah Rabbul Izzatul Jalal, we've come to conclusion to this episode. We make dua in the court of Allah that Allah grant us the ability to understand and to grasp this concept. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefit me with this episode first, and whomsoever is going to listen, and we make dua to one and all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in the scale of ala hasanat. Sallu ala al-habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam.
The path of knowledge is the way to Jannah. The path of knowledge is the way to Jannah.